Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to talk about that one part of every project that can be a real struggle. Taking that amazing idea you have in your head and turning it into an actual, actionable plan that a team can build. Let's jump right in.
So let me just ask you a question, straight up. When you think about your projects, what's the one thing that always slows you down? Where does all that initial excitement and momentum just seem to fizzle out?
For so many of us, it's right here. It's this translation step, taking that concept that is crystal clear in your mind and actually getting it down on paper in a way that everybody, and I mean everybody, from your stakeholders to your developers, can understand. That right there is the real challenge.
And just look at this contrast. It's night and day, right? The old way is a grind. It can take days, sometimes weeks. The quality is, well, let's be honest, it's all over the map, and it almost always creates friction. But what if you could just completely flip that? What if it took minutes, gave you professional quality every single time, and actually brought your teams together? Well, that's where something like Clearly comes into the picture. It's basically an intelligent platform that makes documentation simple. It's not about filling out yet another boring template. Nope. This is about having a conversation with an AI that actually helps you flesh out your ideas and then instantly turns them into the professional business and product requirements documents you need to get going.
Okay, so you might be thinking, who is this really for? And the great thing is, it's designed to be the ultimate translator, helping both sides of a project finally speak the same language. So, on one side, you've got the visionaries, right? The entrepreneurs with that big idea, the product managers who are defining all the features, the business analysts, the startup founders trying to move at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
And then on the other side, you've got the people who have to build it, the architects, the dev teams, the tech leads who are trying to make it all work. Clearly creates that one single source of truth that gets everyone aligned and fast.
All right, let's really dig in here. We're going to break down the 5 biggest problems, the biggest headaches that come with documentation, and show you how a simple AI conversation can pretty much solve all of them.
First up, the big one, time. We've all been there, haven't we? Staring at that blank page, just knowing it's going to take days of writing and meetings and edits just to get a draft ready. It's like a project delay before the project even really begins.
And the solution here? Well, it's a game changer. We are talking about being 90% faster. Seriously, something that used to block out entire days on your calendar now gets done in minutes.
Okay, problem number 2, inconsistent quality. This one is sneaky. When different people write the docs, you get wildly different results. Some are amazing, some not so much. And that inconsistency, it just leads to confusion and, honestly, expensive mistakes later on.
Clearly fixes this by making sure every single document is built on a solid industry standard foundation. You get professional level quality every single time. It just takes all the guesswork out of it and creates a reliable standard for everyone.
And this one, this is the classic project killer, right? The communication gap. The business folks are talking about user stories and goals, and the tech teams are talking about architecture and implementation. It's like they're speaking 2 completely different languages.
Now check this out, because this is how you solve it. Clearly has 2 different modes. You've got plain mode, which uses really accessible language for the business side, and it even generates prompts for AI coding tools. Then you've got technical mode, which gives the dev teams all the nitty-gritty details and sprint-ready tasks. It's the same core idea, just perfectly translated for both audiences.
Oh boy, version control. The absolute nightmare of file names like final_v2_ use this one. I think we've all lived that. Trying to track changes, get feedback, make sure everyone's looking at the right document, it can be total chaos.
So the solution here is to just bring some sanity back into the process. Instead of emailing files back and forth, you just give the AI feedback. Want to make a change? You just say it, and boom, a new perfectly tracked version is created instantly. You can iterate with total confidence.
So, you solve all these problems. What's the actual outcome? What does your day-to-day actually look like now? Well, it's about creating a completely seamless path from that first little spark of an idea all the way to real working code.
And the workflow itself becomes incredibly simple. You start with your idea, you have a quick conversation with the AI, which is smart enough to ask you good follow-up questions. Then it generates the professional docs for you, and the last step, you get stuff that's ready to go, AI code prompts or sprint-ready tasks for your team.
But here's the bottom line, the number that really matters. We're talking 10x faster.
This isn't just a small tweak, it's a massive acceleration. It frees up your team to focus on what they should be focusing on, building an incredible product, not arguing over document formatting.
All right, let's tie this all together. When you put all these pieces in place, what's the big picture here? It's not just about getting better documents. It's about completely transforming your entire process.
So, just to recap the huge wins here. Your documentation is 10 times faster. You're guaranteed professional quality. You finally build that bridge between business and tech. You can iterate without fear, and you go straight from requirements to code.
All of that is great, but it all really boils down to one final, really important question. When you get rid of this massive bottleneck, when you get all those hours back for your team, what could you build with the time you save? What's the next great idea you could bring to life? Now that is the real transformation.